Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be the hour-long whip and chat challenge. Hold on one second. Okay Google, softer. If I was filming this in the morning, I'd be able to have like a quiet background, but I am filming it right around the time that everybody is getting home, and the doggos will bark if nothing's in the background, and I normally have music or a crime podcast, but I can't have either of those because I don't know what's royalty free. Oh, and I'm going to, okay Google, set a timer for 1 hour.
Sure, 1 hour, and we're starting now.
This way, I know that I've done an hour. Otherwise, my squirrel brain will get the best of me. So, I already sort of have a whip and chat up. Except it's a game and chat. I played The Sims 4 for close to 2 hours. Oh, I don't have anything in here. I played The Sims 4 for close to 2 hours, and I posted that on Monday, and I loved it so much and found it so relaxing that I'm probably going to do one every Monday. I think it's cool that I have like a Sims character that I only play when I'm chatting with you guys. I know it might not be everybody's deal to watch me just play Sims, but honestly I encourage you to just like have it on in the background because I get really like relaxed and chill, and I talk about things that I might not remember to talk about if I create like a second what is it called? If I create like a second video just for people who want to watch me diamond paint. So I encourage you to check it out. So I thought that I would just talk about my weekend because I feel like my weekend stories can fit into an hour. I am filming on Tuesday, and this should be going up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday-ish, so all of this stuff has happened pretty recently. The dogs are playing behind you guys, or behind the camera. So real quick, I am working on Diamond Art Club's Wonderland. It's a 32 by 45. If you're wondering what this green line is, it was my like goal to have finished by yesterday, and I don't know if you can see, I sort of made it, but I still have like maybe an inch section all the way down. So it's my goal to finish this tonight, and then kind of like my unspoken goal to finish a little bit more because I have been doing nothing. I think I told y'all somewhere that we went to visit my father. My father has a couple businesses with my stepmom, as well as working as a stockbroker himself. And Irina, he and Irina, my stepmother, decided that they didn't want to, they just couldn't handle the book business anymore. Like, we have to lift 100-pound to 200-pound boxes, and he had that surgery on his, well, he had a surgery for an aneurysm, and ever since then, it's really hard for him to lift things because they had to cut a lot deeper because the surgery kind of went unexpected and he bled out, and he's fine now, but he got really, really sick because of that surgery, and the healing time was a lot longer. So anyway, I think I've told you guys this. So just lifting boxes of books that are like 200 pounds is just not within his capability anymore, and every time he does try and do it, because my father is the type of person like I am, if it's sitting in front of him, he'll try and work on it, when he does try and do it, he hurts himself. And then he's like really sore and he's upset with himself. And therefore he's grumpy with the world. And that includes me mostly. So he decided that, you know, they're going to take a break from, not take a break, they're going to quit the book business and just let me and Cody take over their inventory. So I didn't know he was sick because, like, okay, if you don't know my father, which you don't, he's a hermit like me. This is the kind of man he is. He'll be like, Catherine, can you go check on my dogs? I'll be like, sure, Dad. Where are you? Well, I'm in Peru, but I had your brother checking on them, but now he doesn't want to check on them, so will you go check on them? Or one time I called him to ask some question about, I don't know, something that you call because you're not an adult enough yet, even though you're like 27 and you need your dad's advice. Coffee. And this mofo sounds so incredibly far away, and I'm like, Daddy, are you in a tunnel or something? No, I'm in Paris. What do you need? Even when he had his heart attack, he called me, and just in the calmest way possible, I had a heart attack. I'm in the hospital. Let's not talk about it right now. Let's talk about something else. Like, I'm not kidding you. I cannot tell you how many times this guy has just freaking made my jaw drop open. I should know that my dad is a man of just unexpectedness. So anyway, I called him and I said, hey, oops, to the table. I have to get over some tax information to him that came. He does me and Cody's taxes because, in his words, he finds it fun. God, who finds mathing fun? My dad. My dad does. And he goes, I don't know. We can talk about it some other time. I'm like really sick with strep throat. I was like, okay, all right, well, I hope you get better. And then I took that time to kind of talk to him because he goes to this doctor. He's seen for, oop, my recliner decided to, whatever, sure, recliner. He goes to this doctor he's seen for like years and years and years. And sometimes this doctor is, it's not that I know more, I just know that you give a 70-year-old person steroids when they have bronchitis because, hey, I don't know, maybe I think I have a big head no more than my dad's doctor, but my dad got sick Monday and he wasn't getting better and yada yada yada, so we're talking about it and I tell him to go get steroids from his doctor. He goes get steroids and he's feeling better within a couple days. Did I heal my father? Probably. Do I have a big head about it? No, because he's my dad and he's suffered. And also, am I a little bit delusional that I know more than his doctor? Absolutely. But anyway, so that was like midweek. And on the weekend, on a Sunday, he has us come over to get the rest of the books. And he's like, am I going to get you guys sick? And I'm like, no, you're not going to get us sick because, like, you've been on your antibiotics for about 48 hours, right? And he's like, yeah, it's more like 72 hours. And I'm like, okay, well, nope, I don't want to sit like this in the chair. Fighting with my chair today, people. I said, yeah, you should be fine because I've always been told, I don't know about you guys, but I've always been told that within 48 hours of taking your antibiotics that you're not sick. I mean, you're not contagious anymore. I don't know if that's with certain things, but yeah, I've always been told, like, I could go back to school, work, etc. within 48 hours of taking antibiotics. So, we get there, and, my dad doesn't feel good, so Irina, my stepmom, is helping us take stuff out, and I'm, like, noticing that she's coughing a little, and I'm like, hey, Irina, do you have allergies? She's like, no, I have what David has. And I'm like, are you taking... Sorry, my nose is running, so there's tissues off camera. Also, I promise you, I do a much better impression of my stepmother when I'm not sick. And so I was like, oh, okay. So I'm like, you're taking medicine, right? Because, like, you know, I love her and I want to make sure she's okay too. And she goes, no, who has time for medicine? Let me help you. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, in my head, I immediately think we are in a war zone, people. Code yellow, code red. There's infection. The zombie virus is coming. The plague's about to happen. I'm not kidding you. I immediately, one, get super pissed because I'm like, of course Irina is the stubborn woman that she is, who doesn't take medicine, and I bet you anything in the world she's got what my father has, and she's gonna get me sick, and she's gonna get Cody sick, and we're all gonna be sick. So I immediately start telling Cody, I'm like, hey babe, go to the car. Yeah, I got this. Go to the car, because he's literally just started his job. I'm like, come on, go to the car. Like, in my family, we are not kind about the fact that we are all germaphobes. If I have pneumonia, my dad has once made me stand 50 feet away from him. He's at the front door. I'm on his walkway. He closes his front door, steps back from the door. I walk to the door, drop what I needed to give him on the mat. Then he motions for me to back up. I go back to my car and I see this mofo run out, grab the item, throw it down, and then go wash his hands. We're very germophobic. At least my father is, and it's kind of rubbed off on me. Especially because Cody started a new job. And I didn't want him to get sick. And so I finished up with my dad and I got in the car and I'm telling Cody, like, okay, let's wash your hands with, you know, my little hand sanitizer. Hopefully we won't get sick because of Irina. I didn't, knock on wood. That night, he looks at me and he's like, hey, I'm not feeling too hot, babe. I was like, that's not funny. And then I may or may not have gone into denial and stopped listening to him. The next day he wakes up and he definitely has the plague. I think it's like a nasty virus that's going around, like literally everywhere in Texas. But yeah, he went to work that day because he started his job as like an inventory inspector / porter at a car dealership. And oh my gosh, that day he was not feeling good and he went to work anyway, but he misjudged the distance between like two cars, so he accidentally scratched one of the vehicles. And we were both freaking out because ever since we've known each other, all we've ever wanted is for him to have a 9-to-5 job. So whenever we decide to have a family, you know, he can be as involved and as active in our kids' lives as he wants. And as he's going to be. And not only that, when he has weird retail jobs or whenever I've had weird retail jobs, my anxiety always spikes through the roof because I never get enough sleep. It's always crazy hours and I will push my body to the limit with how much I will stay awake. Oops. And it's just always been known to me that if I don't get enough sleep or if I don't rest, like when my medication like kind of says, hey, bitch, you need a nap. I normally will spike, my anxiety will spike because I'm stressing my body out and pushing it too far. So this job has been so amazing because I've been forced to go to bed at like, I'm in bed every single night. By 11, we are in bed. Maybe me, I'll be like asleep by 12. And then I'm waking up and helping him wake up. And oh my God, side note. Any man out there listening, or any woman who helps their husband, or any man who helps his wife or his boyfriend or your wife or your girlfriend, when they ask you to wake them up in the morning and help them make sure they get up on time, and then they turn over like some demon from hell and breathe fire in your face, telling you, I don't feel good, I just want to sleep, let me sleep a little bit longer. Or my favorite, I'm awake. You're literally drooling all over yourself and your eyes are closed. I'm awake. Hats off to all of us who have not smothered people like that. Because every damn morning, although I think I terrified Cody, because yesterday morning I Dragon Lady blew fire back at him, and I was like, I'm never helping you wake up again, and you better effing learn to get up early if you're going to be rude to me. Like, God, I'm a mean person in the morning. I think I scared him because this morning when I was like, babe, wake up, at like 5:45, he goes, I'm awake, I promise. Thank you so much for waking me up. And I'm like, aw. But also, bad Catherine. Scared the poor boy. Anyway, yes, I love getting up early and going to sleep on time. Also, I'm going to have to take a break because... no, I'm not. Hold on. Gus. Go lay down. No, go lay down. You're not going to go chase the squirrels. Go lay down, please. Sometimes Gus will just knock at the door. Like, we taught him to knock when he has to go potty. Sometimes he'll just knock because he sees a squirrel outside. And this poor dog gets shamed every single time because these squirrels are smarter than him. I'm not kidding. These squirrels are smarter than him. And yet he thinks he can climb that tree or bark up that tree and get at him. And I already let him go potty like 5 minutes ago, so he doesn't need to go out and freak out and then come back in and be all defeated and sad. Gus, yucky. Chew on your toy. Okay, sorry. Anyway, what was I saying before Mom Dog Life came in? Was I saying coffee? Because I just drink coffee. What was I saying? Also, let me check and make sure this is still flowing. Swoop, it is. Swoop, okay. Oh, yeah, so I love getting up early. I love going to bed. I love the structure. My anxiety is normally rampant when Cody or I have a full-time job because, don't ask me why, it's anxiety, it's irrational. But I honestly have been so fine by myself and chilling out by myself and working by myself and just existing for 8 hours a day alone. Because of the fact I know how long I'm going to be alone. I know this job isn't going to call him at all hours of the night, begging him to work and guilt-tripping him into work and taking him away from me. And so, yeah. Well, I don't know where I was going with this, but I do remember my dad got him sick. And then he hit that car. And then we were an anxious bunch. And so that Wednesday, he had to stay home from work, and literally that was his 4th, 5th day at the job, and he had to call in. But the bright side was his boss had a nasty viral cold too. But yeah, that whole day he stayed home. He was sweating bullets and he was not having a good time, poor guy. But then he started feeling better, and, I hadn't felt bad at all this whole time, and I was honestly, we were being really diligent, like, we weren't kissing, and, yeah, you would think that's obvious, but sometimes no. Sometimes we still share, I don't know, we're weird, we forget that germs exist, but no, this time we were like, hell nah. Excuse me. You got the plague, I don't want the plague, stay away from me, plague boy. And so, right, so he got better and I wasn't feeling sick. And the weekend was coming and I was literally so excited because we had the weekend planned out. Friday when he got home, he was going to game and we were going to go grab some Starbucks and then we were going to watch, I was going to watch a live, and he was going to actually watch it with me because Cody loves to watch y'all's videos. He just, I don't know, doesn't interact like I do. What was I saying? Alright, so Friday morning, I'm feeling a little tickle in my throat, and I'm like, no, it's just the fact that Houston is like 3rd in the nation right now for pollen count being like at its highest. So I'm just, getting assaulted by pollen. I'll be fine. By Friday mid-afternoon, I was full sick, y'all. I was coughing. I had the shakes. And all I could think to myself was just, please don't let my asthma get involved. Please don't let my asthma get involved. I literally just went through fighting my asthma for 2 weeks. It finally ended with 2 trips to the doctor and a prednisone pack, which is oral steroids, which do a doozy on me physically and mentally, so I hate taking them, but they're also my favorite thing in the whole world because they help instantly. So I felt like crap, but we still went and got Starbucks. We still did our live. We still watched our live and hung out and had a good time. How did he get a paper towel roll? I don't know. It's a mystery. And we still went on with our weekend. Saturday, I had a fever, but y'all better believe I filmed a shop with me video. We went a bunch of places. Excuse me, because I had errands to do. I did not have a voice the whole video. I think me and Cody coughed at least every 3 minutes in that video. So that's going to be a heavily edited shop with me video. But we still got everything we wanted to do Saturday done. And then we came home and we just vegged out and we played video games. For y'all who didn't watch Sims 4, I was saying in it that Cody is a huge gamer. And I don't quite understand the appeal of gaming because it's not like crafting. Like, you're not making something that lasts forever. You're just, spending a couple hours on a game and then, nothing comes out of it. But in the same aspect, I do kind of understand gaming because I am such a big fan of, like, creative games like Sims and Minecraft and like certain games where you have to be creative and build things, and I always have been. So I decided, look, Cody is all up in my crafts all the time. Like, if I've taught him how to crochet. He's a really good crocheter. He doesn't like to, but he does crochet. I haven't taught him how to knit only because I don't have the patience to knit. So why in the world would he? He agreed that he would learn to cross stitch with me. Of course, he's into diamond painting. This dude will always try something I'm into just so that we kind of can be well informed on each other's hobbies. And with me, I'll game with him, and I know he wants me to. But then I get so frustrated and irritated at this damn game that I kind of I quit. I'm not a big quitter in a lot of things, but video games will make me quit in a hot potato second. Like, I will drop that video game like it is hot and kick it away like it's infected with the plague. I am so annoyed with those games. But I said I would try it more. So we, because, He's a champion, and he tries everything I try. Oh, including spinning. So, yeah, you gotta love a man who's willing to make yarn for you, or for himself. So, giving under the table rubs to the Gus. So anyway, right, so Saturday we played games. We played, for those of you who know about games, Left 4 Dead, Gears of War, returned Left 4 Dead because I don't like that Left 4 Dead doesn't have a storyline. And then we're playing now Dead Rising because I like Dead Rising's storyline and I like the zombies in it a little bit better. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I just like the zombies in it because they're more realistic zombies, okay? If there were zombies, I'd want them to be the Dead Rising zombies, not the Left 4 Dead zombies. But anyway, I digress. But not really, because zombies were a part of our weekend. Yes, I'm so sorry. My voice is changing because the amount of stuffiness in my voice is changing. So, that was Saturday. Sunday, we have declared Dog Park Sunday. The boys, our dogs, are troopers throughout the week. Gus, our biggo, is so bonded to Cody. I don't think Cody ever really truly believed me, but with all of our other animals, I've always been home when they were growing up. So I was taking care of them. I was bathing them. Even now, I still bathe and express anal glands. You guys will get what that's from. There was a whole conversation about anal glands in a premiere. I take care of them. I do all like the small vet stuff at home. I administer the medication. I'll take care of the wounds. And Cody has always been working full time with that. But with Gus, he had the advantage of, actually, he didn't have a job for about 3 months, which was really nice. And it was intentional, which was even nicer. So literally, he was there through all of Gus's puppyhood. So Gus is the only animal out of our 6 animals who's actually like super intensely bonded with Cody. And so Gus has been such a freaking trooper with Cody going to work. Like, I'm not even kidding. The first week, this dog was acting up so bad. Cody, it's not like Cody doesn't go to work, but when he was working retail, his hours were so weird that it almost seemed like he was home a lot more than he was. But now we have such like a strict schedule. The dogs are on a schedule. I'm on a schedule. That Cody was gone and Gus was just either running around the house tearing stuff down or tearing stuff up. He wasn't like focusing on his toys, like his chewing habits. He wasn't focusing them on his toys. He was just misbehaving. And he does this thing where he'll just go stand by the door and stare at it as if he can like will someone to walk through it. And he was just doing that constantly throughout the day, so restless. And so me and Cody decided that we want to do something every weekend that's just for the boys and, you know, that gets their energy out, but also gives us some quality time to spend with them as well as like with each other, away from like the distractions of our house. So we live in a subdivision where we have a dog park, but you need this like sticker on the back of your car to prove that you live in the community to get into the dog park, or like not to get your vehicle towed. And I've lived in this city my entire 28 years on this earth, and I literally have never had one of these stickers. It's like this mystical, magical thing to get the sticker. I'm pretty sure it's just a form. But to me, it's mystical and magical, and I don't want to get the form because paperwork. So we have this really big park called Alexander Dewson Park, and it's like a campground, and it's also off on the lake. But yeah, it has a big dog park and a small dog park, and we have to go now. When Gus was a puppy, we would go into the small dog park just because Bishop's like all of 16 pounds. But now that Gus is like close to 90 pounds, we have to go into the big dog park, which is a whole nother story in and of itself. And don't even get me started on how freaking unfair I think that is. That little dogs can go into, you know, the big dog, but the big dog can't go into the little dog park. I mean, it's some kind of bullshit. God damn it. I got so angry I spilt the drills. It's fine. I'm sitting down. I should be fine. Also, it's this pink that I'm almost finished with. I'm not stressing. Okay, so anyway, while I pick up my diamonds shamefully, so we do dog park Sundays. Well, last Sunday, it was super cloudy, and we had to go adult first, and we had to go to Jiffy Lube to get our oil changed. And I need to remember that in 3,000 miles I can go get a free top off of my oil, because I always forget to do that. And I just think that's so stupid not to utilize a free top off of up to 2 quarts. I sound like a Jiffy Lube ad, but I really like going to them. And the really cool thing is there's this guy there who always tells me, don't buy the Groupon for Jiffy Lube that says it saves you money, because I'll always save you more money if you just ask. And I'm like, oh yeah, sure. But this last time I did ask him, and I normally pay about $70 for my oil change. But this time I showed them the ad and I told them what the guy had told me, and they're like, oh yeah, I paid $58 damn for my oil change. Do you not understand the couponing goals I felt? I felt vindicated as a couponer, as a thrifter, as a woman, as a human being. That was a huge victory. I'm so sorry. I had to blow my nose. So yes, anyway. I only need this color for 2 damn blocks anyway. Jeez. Okay. So Sunday after Jiffy Lube, we came home, put the dogs on their leashes, and we headed to the dog park. Now, Gus, I'm going to just call him G from now on, our code name when we're trying to talk about him, because he's on the couch just like playing with his rope toy, but he keeps wanting to come over here, and he will tip everything over worse than I have. So G doesn't like getting in cars a lot. B, who's Bishop, is a pro. B has always loved cars, always will love cars. This little dog is the most fearless dog I know. But G doesn't like cars. He's cool with going outside now. He's cool going on a walk and having the cars drive next to him. Trust me, he wasn't okay with that for a little while. I used to have to like shield my body around him for him to be okay with like cars driving next to him. But he's fine going out, like walking outside the door now, like because we take him on walks so often, and for like 4 days when the deck was being built, that's the only way he could go use potty. But he hates getting in a car. And so you should have seen me and Cody helicopter this dog into the car. Cody grabbed his scruff and his front legs, and I was grabbing his back, and we just like whooped him into the car. I mean, we tried nicely to get him in at first, and like lifting your 90-pound dog isn't not nice, but it's not nice for your back. I tried to like coax him into the car, but no, he wasn't having any of it. He was like, this is not natural. Oh, hey, be careful. She will smack the crap out of you. Boundaries, dude. Boundaries. Yeah, so we got him in the car and he was okay, and Bishop knew where we were going, so Bishop was like so excited. We got to the dog park and I always walk them. Me and Cody always keep them on their leash for a second just to make sure, one, they don't act a fool with like a dog they see that they don't like. And then two, that no, like we just scope out the area. Like we check to make sure that there's no aggressive dogs or any dogs that are going to come up and start making a fuss with our dogs. We're just like helicopter parents until we're not, and then we're like, go away. But yeah, so, excuse me, we unleashed them, and Gus was a little bit like, I don't know about this, y'all. What's happening with life? But he is confident walking off of his leash. So he stayed a little bit close to us. One sec. You okay, lady? Allergies are affecting everybody, and one of my cats, Pepper, has asthma. And if she coughs any longer, because she just coughed now, and I think I heard her cough this morning. If she has another coughing fit, I have to start giving her steroids, because that normally means her asthma's acting up. Fun time in the Peter Steinfeld household. Anyway. What was I saying? Alright, so, you guys, so G at first started very timid around the other dogs. Like, with people, he's like, oh my god, you need to know me, my nose needs to know your hand, your face, your private bits, like, I need to be all up in these people. Dogs, he was like, eh. But we made it our mission, one, to get him out of his shell. But two, more importantly, we were running these dogs down. It was a cool day. It was kind of cloudy. I didn't wear sunscreen, which was a huge mistake because bet your bottom dollar I was feeling better Sunday, and then when we got home, I was burnt to a crisp. I don't know if you guys know, but I actually have an allergy to the sun where constant direct sunlight for too long will give me hives. I'm not even kidding you. Like, this is not a normal allergy. Very few people have it, but they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me for the longest time until we started finding a pattern, which was Gus. You need to come lay down or play. You don't need to be over there. Which was, I would be directly in the sunlight, and then I'd get welts and hives. So yes, I am slightly allergic to the sun. Anyway, I felt miserable that Sunday. But you guys, okay, so for the first hour, we were just walking around. It's amazing exercise. I think going around the dog park twice, maybe 3 times or 4 times is like a mile. I don't know. But you only have to go maybe 2 or 3 times around the walking trail for people to get to a mile. And Bishop will never be adventurous. Like, he's very much like, he will stay on your heels or right next to you, but he's like super confident and he loves being there. He just doesn't want to walk too far away from you. Y'all, about an hour into it, Gus finally went, he was being adventurous, like running away about like, I don't know, 100 yards and then running back to us. But I was seeing these Great Danes and this German Shepherd, which did not hold a candle to Daisy, Miss Coffee, at all. I judge all German Shepherds and Huskies now. But yeah, they didn't hold a candle to Daisy or Killian. Egg, stop biting my hand. I'm petting the dog under the table, and he's just like, I'm gonna gnaw on your hand. And you're talking, so you won't admonish me. Bitch, please. I am your mother. I will admonish you if I so choose. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, so he was being adventurous, but he wasn't really, like, going and hanging out with other dogs. And then I don't know what clicked. Maybe it was he was finally getting too tired to care or what. But there was this certain dog he kind of took a liking to. And he ran over to it and tried to get it to play with him. And this dog had spooked him earlier by, like, coming up and sniffing his butt when I guess Gus wasn't prepared to have someone sniff his butt. They let loose. I mean, we have a big backyard, but obviously not big enough for our dog to run, like, our big dog to run just, like, balls to the walls. Like, let his strength and his legs go. I don't know why I started crying when he started running with this German Shepherd, because I think there's something about seeing this little emaciated puppy who has this scar on his face, who looks like this big, mean pit bull lab mix, a little bit of hound, we don't know what he is, but he looks, I mean, people could be intimidated by his face because you can tell he's a really powerful dog, but he is seriously the kindest, sweetest. I would worry about my little dog, Bishop, biting someone before I would worry about Gus biting someone. And just to see this tiny puppy, who's now this large puppy, just let his energy go for the first time and to run and to jump. And I mean, he was running so fast. Like, it came to a point where this German Shepherd had to stop and Gus was still going. I think the German Shepherd was older. I'm not saying my dog is like the Energizer Turbo Bunny, but he was going pretty freaking fast, and I just felt all the feels of, like, finally seeing him in his element, working his speed and his muscles and being so happy and free for the first time. And I attribute that to so many things, but definitely this being, like, his 4th time at the dog park. I feel like he, like, was getting his energy out finally. So anyway, I cried. I took a lot of videos. I was such a proud puppy mom in that moment because he was so well behaved, but he was also getting his groove on. Like, y'all, I could literally talk for like an hour straight just about how proud I am, because for a while we were really struggling. I have owned dogs before, and I've also fostered bigger dogs, but I've never adopted or owned like a large breed puppy from like 6 weeks to like keeping. And so I think there was a time in our life where it was last year when it wasn't Gus that we were having trouble with. It was our financial situation and our relationship, and all of that was just giving us so little patience that we were really thinking, like, can we do this? Can we provide for this dog all the energy he needs and all of the emotional attention, because he's very, very emotionally needy. And with a dog that size, you have, at least in my opinion, this overwhelming burden to raise them correctly, because you never want to foster conditions for a dog to turn out mean, because there are no such thing as mean dogs. There are irresponsible owners. There are no such thing as mean dogs. Dogs, any type of animal, they have a pure heart. You turn them into whatever they become, whether they become fearful of humans or They are loving and kind towards humans. It's you. It's you who they learn from. 1 second. Come here. Give me a sec, dude. That squirrel's not going anywhere. So yeah, we felt this huge responsibility, and at the time it felt like we were drowning in it, but we are not the people to take on an animal and rehome it. Like, that is not who we are. If push came to shove, I would swallow the crippling anxiety I have, and I would learn how to deal with the physical side effects. I would get a job. Like, there is nothing in this world, financial or otherwise, that will make me shirk the responsibilities of being a pet owner. And it's not that I don't understand people who have to rehome their animals. I've had to do it before. When my sister passed, we had 7 dogs that we were taking care of. And my dad just was not about that life. He could not handle, because I lived with him for a couple months after my sister passed, before I moved back into my house with my brother. But yeah, no, that was just not, I didn't have a choice. That choice was taken from me. So the pain of getting rid of dogs that you've had for years is unimaginable. And I have fostered a dog for a year that at times I wanted to keep, but I knew I couldn't because it was only a fostering situation until they got over their medical problems. And I have been forcibly made to give animals up because at some points it wasn't my choice. And at some points, when my lung popped, I had 3 cats that I was fostering, and they weren't necessarily ready to be adopted out, so I had to switch over their fostering care. And so I guess what I'm just trying to explain to you is I understand sacrificing. I understand giving away an animal when it's best for them, but I don't ever, and this is actually, something's happening right now in my personal life with someone I used to consider a friend. Something's happening where they're getting rid of their animals before they're getting a job or anything. And I don't know. I'm going off on a tangent rant, but you take these animals into your home and you bond with them and you love them and you don't just give them up at first sight. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but I think I'm having such a hard time dealing with that person's decision to give their animal up over their own comfort. Like they're keeping things that make them comfortable, like several different gaming systems and computers and things like that. They're doing that in lieu of buying their animal litter and food and entertainment. And I don't understand people like that. I try not to judge other people, but it would take an act of God, knock on wood, to take my animals away from me, because they are bonded to me. I know them. They are my babies, and I would do anything for them. And that's the end of my rant. So, geez, I don't know why I went on that tangent. But anyway, we had an amazing time at the dog park. Then we went and we got them puppuccinos, which, if nobody knows what that is, if you go to Starbucks and ask for a puppuccino, they will give you whipped cream in a cup for your dog for free. And I will do that. This time they gave us the largest amount of whipped cream. I don't know if it's because they saw Gus and they were like, oh, cool, she wants 2 puppuccinos for that one big dog. But I had to cut Bishop off at a certain point because after about 12 licks, his eyes started to get so big, I thought they were going to pop out of his head. And then we went to the grocery store, came home. we're chilling out. Oh, yes, it was bath time for the doggos. It's bath time tonight or tomorrow for the cats. Because everybody is molting and we are shedding. And we only give the cats a bath twice a year to help with their fur situation, their shedding situation, and it's that time of year again. I still have a scar from the last time we tried this. When they were kittens, they were totally fine getting a bath, and now they're like, I will kill you and take you down to the depths of Tartarus with me. So yes, we had an amazing Sunday morning and afternoon, and we got all the adulting and bonding time with our puppies out of the way, and we came home and we were gonna relax, and then I decided to say, hey, let's go to the bookstore. And so we went to the bookstore, and then we grabbed something on the way home, came home, went to bed. That was pretty much our weekend. I definitely want to relax a little bit more this next weekend, like on Saturday. I want to get like all the dishes done, all the house chores done, the vacuuming, the sweeping. I want to get all of that out of the way so that Saturday we can have a little bit more of like a relaxed weekend and less like structured and strict on what we need to do. And then Sunday, we're still doing dog park, but I think if this Sunday goes just like last Sunday where they had such an awesome time and so did we, and we want to stay there for like 2 hours with sunscreen on, I think I'm going to have to go get that like mystical sticker for like our local dog park, because to and from Alexander Dewson Park where we are is 30 minutes each. So we end up doing an hour round trip, and that's literally fun for nobody. The dogs don't like waiting an hour to get there. I don't like waiting an hour to get there, and I definitely don't like waiting an hour to go home or 30 minutes to get home. By that time, they're tired and they're hot and they're sweaty, and Gus apparently likes mud, so he's dirty. It's just the whole shebang. Also, hold on. I'm gonna pause this and my timer and let him go chase the squirrel. Okay, Google, pause my timer.
You have 8 minutes and 30 seconds left. Resuming now.
Okay, I'm back. He did just chase the squirrel like I thought. So that was my weekend, and I thought I would show you guys. A couple months ago, I finally started thinking really hard about getting into selling crafts, but more like resin art and concrete, things that are kind of like outside my box, like nothing like that I'm sitting down taking 25 hours to create like a crochet blanket. I just honestly don't have the patience, nor do I think that there's like a market for me personally where anybody could want to buy my work for like $300, because I do very much believe in never underselling your craft, because I think not only does that do you an injustice, but it also does the crafting world an injustice for people who really are trying to get fair wages for what they make. So, a little bit ago, I decided to open a shop and not really like talk about it, just to see kind of like how lean and mean I could make my business plan while also selling. And I have sold a few things, and in my shop are diamond painting pens. Now, I know a lot of people are doing diamond painting pens right now, and I don't think I'm going to carry anymore once I have all of these gone, just because I enjoy making them, but I think it's a little bit overly saturated of a market for me, and a lot of people do them better than I do. So I think I'm going to switch my focus, but I did want to show you guys what I have, because, I don't know, I feel like I'm ready now to talk about it and not unreasonably not want to speak about it. Oh, what started it off though was the bookstore that we went to that I told you guys about has these amazing ceramic-ish but like super lightweight pens. And I found this pen there several months ago, and I made my own diamond painting pen with it, and I absolutely love using this when I'm in like the one at a time kind of mood. So I made this for myself, and I made another one for myself, and I decided that I really like doing it, and so I just whipped up a bunch and ordered a bunch of pens, and that's how it sort of got started, but it's kind of where it's ending to. So what I have left in the store is this panda. And the store is called Introverted Expressions, and I will leave a link in the description box below. I have this little bow. Now, all the ones I'm showing you right here are made of that like super lightweight ceramic. I really love these pens. Like, I have several of my own that I use as pens, not as diamond painting pens, but as actual pens. My hands are shaking because I just had a shite ton of coffee. I have a nail. I also had a hammer, but someone just purchased the hammer. So I was like, nailed it. Every single time I was practicing with this one, I was like, nailed it, nailed it. Because, you know, it's a nail. And then this is like my shining glory. I think I'm going to make myself one too. It's a freaking Bob Ross pen. How freaking cute is he? I just like Bob Ross. One day, if I'm not afraid of the toxicity of oil paints, I might actually try and follow a Bob Ross tutorial, but probably not for a while. So those are the ones completed and up in my shop. And these are the ones that I need to complete and put up in my shop before I just stop making them for sale because, like I said, it's just not for me. I also made these from Dollar Store. Oh, that's a sticker. I made these from Dollar Store pens, but here's the dealio with these. Okay, say you're diamond painting, you're like, oh my god, it's so cool, I have a fuzzy pen. Then you drop your fuzzy pen. What happens? There's fuzz all over that damn diamond painting. So these are really cute. I practice on them. I don't use them, nor do I sell them, because that's just impractical, and I'm not going to sell impractical things. Okay, here's what I bought. I really, really like these little carrot pens, and they're made of this like super squishy material. So I have 3 carrot pens, 3 lipstick pens. I actually think I'm going to keep a 4th one because if you guys have ever seen those little needle cushions, I think I want to try and figure out a way to remove this entire inner part and make myself like a little lipstick pin cushion. So I have some lipstick pens. I have a couple of these like crown pens with pearls on the top that I thought were kind of neat. And then I also have some of this Totoro character. I thought he was just super cute, and I don't know why, but in my hazy state of buying all of these, I was like, oh my god, that's a bunny. That's a bunny. I'm not even shitting you. That's how I sounded. I was like, that's a bunny. So I purchased 3 bunny pens. So yeah, that's my little secret. I sell diamond painting pens sometimes, and if you would like to check them out, like I said, my Etsy shop is in the description below, but no pressure because I really want you guys to come here just to hang out with me because y'all are freaking awesome. And this is like literally my favorite place in the world. If I am not filming a video, wanting to film a video, working on video ideas. I am watching channels, chatting with y'all. I love you guys. You're my favorite people in the whole world. In the premiere, which was, no, before I talk about the premiere, if you guys, and I will literally write this down in super large letters, Wendy from Gone Off My Meds sent me a video from this guy who wastes scammers' times. I know, I'm not explaining it right. It doesn't sound really interesting. His name is Kit Boga, and I am going to link his channel below because you guys, Wendy sent this like guy's channel to me at 11 one night. Cody and I stayed up, and yeah, I'm getting something to write this information down. Cody and I stayed up until, oh, geez Louise, almost 2 a.m. on Saturday night, Sunday morning, watching this guy. He is literally so funny, and what I love is that he's not only like wasting scammers' times, he is, hold on. Okay, Google, stop. I'm not done talking, even though it has been an hour, so I'm going to try and wrap this up. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll make my own rules, but no, I probably will. Okay, so he cares. Like, his videos are also super informative, and he's letting people know, especially like older citizens that these scammers come after. He's letting them know what exactly you should look for in someone who's trying to scam you. So, like I said, it's so hilarious. I definitely encourage you guys to go watch just like one video. It's despicable, but it's also the funniest thing you've ever seen. He's got this little like voice modulator, so he acts like he's like old women. It's seriously so entertaining. And then also, she was telling me how she finally started listening to podcasts, and me thinking, oh, I know all of the amazing podcasts that there are. She told me she started listening to this podcast called Morbid, and I was like, what'd this be? And she explained to me, it's sort of like, if you guys have heard of My Favorite Murder, it's a crime podcast, but whereas in My Favorite Murder, Karen and Georgia are just two comedians who will give you like kind of no disrespect, because these are my hoes and I love them, but they'll give you kind of like a Wikipedia rundown of the crimes. They take it very seriously, but it is a Wikipedia rundown, and there's a lot more just fluff and talk. In this, it's two girls, one's a hairdresser and one is an autopsy technician, and they are super funny, like in My Favorite Murder, but the stories are a lot more like well researched, and they're like an hour straight of just facts about the crime, which I really enjoy and appreciate. So yeah, I've been listening to that, and honestly, that's the only reason I didn't want to film this 1 hour WIP in chat. I literally don't, well, that and the fact that, oh god, my nose is running so much. I'm just slowly working my way through tissue box number 5. But yeah, I've been listening to that constantly. I'm telling you guys, if you've ever heard of the Dietlov Pass incident, these girls somehow pulled out information I've never heard about this incident and scared the living bejesus out of me on top of it. It was amazing and spectacular and horrifying, and it made my little anxiety-riddled heart so incredibly happy. So yeah, that's what I've been listening to, and that's probably what I'm going to go listen to after I stop this video. I can't remember, oh yeah, I also, what I was going to say about why I'm just like all over again in love with this community is in Miss Christian Coffee's premiere, she said something about Davey telling mommy if Maggie was having a seizure. And I was like, wait. Am I the only one who just like, whose heart swooned because Miss Coffee has her dogs call her like mommy and then like Mr. Coffee daddy? I don't know why. I sometimes figure me and Cody are the only people who like talk to each other in our animals' voices and who's mommy and daddy. Like Gus's voice is more like, hey dad, Gus needs a kiss, and Gus needs all the love. He's coming over because he knows his voice. I don't know why. I just thought that was so cool. And then I like commented that am I the only person who loves this and who does this? And like almost everybody was like, nah. Shit, nah. These are our fur babies. I'm mama, and that's daddy, and I don't know. I loved it, and it made me so happy just to like get a reiteration that y'all are my people. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking because I do want to try and keep this to about an hour, and I think I need to edit out like 1 or 2 nose blows, and then nose blows, and then nose bros. Sorry, stop talking. And then I also probably need to edit out the part where I was gone for like 5 minutes because Gus needed to go chase a squirrel, which, update on that, Gus asked to go out 5 times to get the squirrel. Guess what? He did not, in fact, did not catch, nor hurt, nor damage, nor even see that damn squirrel. Although his head was up so high, he did run into the deck looking for that squirrel. So, mazel tov to that damn squirrel for fucking with my dog again. Because thanks. That's appreciated. Alright, y'all. I am going to go. I think I'm going to kick back. Maybe watch something on TV for a little bit because I've been working on this diamond painting for forever and I got so much more time in this day to work on it. So I think I'm going to give my hands a break, chill out, maybe cross stitch a little bit. But until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. Please, if you are a creator, I encourage you to go throw up an hour WIP and chat. No matter how boring you think your stuff is, I don't. I will literally listen to you talk about anything. If you're passionate, if you want to talk to me through a video, I will watch it. Just honestly, just talk about what you have to talk about. There is always something to talk about, and I want to hear your stories. I don't care if you think they're mundane. I literally just listed off everything that happened for my weekend, and I think you guys are going to probably think it's the most tear-jerking, boring story ever, but normally I get really great responses to my stories. So I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I don't know what's wrong with me. Throw up a WIP and chat. Talk about anything. I want to hear it. You guys keep me company, and I'm going to stop talking because I need to go and do other things with my life. So until later, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time. Have a good day. Bye.